All right, so we're back, and today's video is shocking, to say the least. And it's for more than one reason. The first being that as you guys are watching this, your boy's having surgery right now. I think either that or I'm recovering from surgery because... I apologize. What a fucking sight that was. That's not the shock of today's video. It's wilder than that, if you could believe it. Floyd Mayweather hasn't paid Logan Paul from their fight 6 months ago. And my man Logan Paul is having a rough week, because not only has Floyd not paid him, but Logan, the Pokemon fiend addict that he is, decided he was going to buy $3.5 million worth of some sort of minted cards. I don't know what the Pokemon card collection deal is all about. I wonder if they're worth more than what I wagered them for, like a holographic Charizard for like a PB&J back in middle school. Are you fucking kidding me? The Pokemon stuff I could give a shit about. So how could Floyd even do this? Is it even legal, and why would he do it? The breakdown. Let's go. All right, so the first thing here is that maybe Logan is jumping the gun a bit. Maybe he is going to get paid, and I'm sure he has gotten paid a show bonus, which I think was around $250,000 to show up to the event. I think that should have been paid on the night of the fight, but I gotta push back on it a little bit because I saw this on Andrew Schultz's Flagrant 2 podcast.
Yeah, I was talking to Logan about it. I was like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, he hasn't fucking paid me. He owes him probably between like $5 and $10 million. He has not paid him. It's been 6 months now. He was supposed to pay him within 90 days.
I'm not saying that Floyd wrote something in to not pay Logan on time. I've heard of pay-per-view payouts being dripped over years and years from the fight. So it could be Logan rushing the gun, or could it be what Floyd has continued to say about this fight after it was over, that this was legalized bank robbery and that he was the best at it. All right, so I want to take you guys back to when this thing was even being talked about. Logan was very excited about getting the fight, about just the opportunity to get in the ring with Floyd, the win it was going to be just to step in there with him. And obviously he'd be correct in saying that, like, who would not want to step into the ring with Floyd Mayweather? That's never going to happen with an influencer again. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Oh, no, that's right. That was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So Money Kicks, yes, the influencer that headlines every social KO card and has suspect wins, decided to ask his pops to roll back the Brinks truck to drop $100 million in Floyd's lap to get him to come play box on top of a helipad on some building in Dubai. So yes, it was very special for Logan, and he was just trying to get into the fight. And I think that is where we run into our first problem. Logan had no power and no control. Think about Floyd Mayweather for a second. He is very meticulous in his business dealings in the boxing realm. We're talking everything: fighter, venue, date, equipment, what's in the gloves, what gloves are being used, what you ate for breakfast last Thursday, and if you had a little too much sauce on your fucking SpaghettiOs. He's not playing around with this shit. And I think Logan took that for granted to a certain degree, and I'm gonna explain why. You guys remember that Logan was just waiting to see if this was real. And we heard on multiple occasions, even after the fight was announced and it had to be rescheduled, that Logan and his team were having some business dealings with Floyd to try to get that fight on track. I'm not exactly sure what those were, but Logan talked about it on multiple occasions.
A 5 to 6 month process of trying to make this fight happen. Truly, like, everyone in this house knows it. Like, we've been sitting and waiting for this announcement to finally happen, and we weren't sure that if it was going to, and it finally did. And you don't think I'm fully mentally prepared and knowledgeable about the capabilities of Floyd Money Mayweather?
Combine this with the fact that Floyd sued another company called PAC, or PAC Worldwide Entertainment. By the way, has no affiliation with Logan, but they are based in Dubai, and apparently we're supposed to host this thing. And that Floyd apparently had some side money coming in for distribution from the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, and other surrounding areas that Logan knew nothing about.
And they have not paid him. And then apparently they cut a side deal with like Saudi Arabia and then one other place for like $10 million to stream the fight there, and never told Logan or their people about it.
And what you end up with is a guy that's fucking clueless as to what's going on behind the scenes. Not even just the event taking place, but the rules and regulations surrounding the event. It was like Logan was clueless to it all because he had zero control on this thing, and he was just going with the flow, being able to be in the ring with Floyd and saying yes to a lot of things that weren't necessarily benefiting him. And with Showtime being the distributor, they're going to pay Floyd, and then Floyd will have to pay Logan, I'm assuming, because he is the promotional company behind the actual event, whereas Showtime is the digital partner. And if that's the case, that Showtime as the digital partner just paid Floyd, and that Mayweather Promotions' responsibility was to pay Logan, and they didn't. You guys know I'm not a big fan of the Pauls, but this is some scumbaggery at the highest level. Like, Floyd is just holding Logan's money, probably going to not pay him until a court orders him to, which makes me think we're going to fucking lawsuit land. Logan's going to sue him. 100% he's going to. It's all going to depend on what was in that contract, that 14-page document that Logan signed on camera, by the way. Either two things happen. One, Logan and his team completely fucking fumbled whatever contract that was in their hands and didn't read through it thoroughly. It wasn't just robbing people like us of our money to watch them go at it. It was also robbing Logan, saying you to everyone and taking 100 mil to the bank. Or the second option, which is probably the most likely scenario that we're having here, Floyd probably a bit salty about the fact that Logan hung in there with him for 8 rounds, and I know people are going to get mad at me for saying this again, but Floyd wanted to stop Logan. He did, and tried to. Rounds 3, 4, and 5, Floyd was throwing heavy, and he couldn't stop Logan. I'm not saying that Logan won the fight. He did not win the fight. Floyd obviously dominated most of the rounds there, but Jake with the gotcha hat and Logan with the trash talk during the fight and the whole thing, could you put it past Floyd if he held a little bit of a grudge and held all the money from the pay-per-view sales from Showtime paying him out, not yet wanting to pay Logan and just making him wait a little longer until he's absolutely forced to? Floyd might actually, to a certain degree, get away with scamming Logan Paul, at least out of some of his money, just to get back at him for not being able to stop him. But you guys let me know what you think down below. Did Logan give too much up in negotiations? Again, it just seemed like he was saying yes to everything. And ultimately, the question that we're going to have to leave this off with, and one that I don't even know is going to be answered anytime soon. Did Logan get scammed here? Did he lose out on $5 to $10 million because of a contract issue or something he didn't see? Or is Floyd just a scumbag waiting to drip Logan's money or to get sued and be forced to pay Logan in small incremental amounts? In the coming months or years, or when/if Floyd ever feels like paying Logan, guess we'll find out.